Alright, welcome back, guys. So, today we'll be solving this number game. And when you read this problem, the first thing that comes to your mind is to use dynamic programming. But let me assure you that dynamic programming is far, far away from the answer, right? And many people have used a different approach for this question. Many people have used a XOR approach, like, uh, they have used that XOR operator on all the numbers to get the answer. But that solution is completely wrong, and I'll show you later in the video why. Right now, let me read this problem description. And to be honest, this problem description is one of the best examples that you can get for a implementation type problem. Why? Because it questions how you approach these type of question, right? And I think you'll actually enjoy this question a lot. So let's move on to the problem description. Aman and Jasbir are very intelligent guys of their batch. Today they are playing a game of numbers. Description of the game: there are n numbers placed on the table. Since two players are playing the game, they will make their moves alternatively. In one move, a player can perform the following operation: a player will choose a number from the table and it will replace that number with one of its divisor. Right? For example, by the way, this question has so many examples, and I love those examples. For example, 6 can be replaced with 1, 2, or 3 uh, since these are the divisor of 6. Similarly, 12 can be replaced by 1, 2, 3, 4, or 6. Right? It is mandatory that the player has to replace the number. Okay, it's not an option, it's mandatory. A player cannot put back the same number on the table, right? Because as if you talk about divisors of 6, we have 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and if you want some even say 6, but you can't replace it with 6. Okay, you have to replace it with divisor other than the number itself. Okay, so a player cannot put back the same number on the table. As 1 does not have any divisor other than itself, a player cannot replace 1 with any number. Okay, now, so soon a situation will arise. Now focus. Soon a situation arrives when there will be only ones on the table. In that situation, the player will not be able to make any moves. The player who will not be able to make the move loses. Both the players are master of this game. Okay, both of them are smart. Both of them are the son of Einsteins, right? Now keep this in mind because this is really important. Why? Because the move that they'll make, they have already thought out the complete plan, and the move that they will make will be the best. Okay, that will ensure their victory. So they will play this game optimally. Optimally means what I was saying, that they'll choose only the best move. Okay, that will ensure their victory. And Aman will make the first move of the game. Since the person Aman is making the first move of the game gives an unfair advantage to Aman. Why I'm saying that it is giving an unfair advantage to Aman? Because since Aman and Jasveer both are really, really smart, right? Their IQ is really, really high. It's off the charts, right? But since Aman is making the first move, he will control the flow of the game because both of them are equally smart. But Aman is one step ahead, right? Because Aman is the first one who is making the move. So that is why Aman is the one who decides the flow of the game. Okay. Now this will actually be a very important point that we'll use to solve this problem, right? I'll show you why. Just give me a few minutes because let's read on the complete description, and the test cases here are really, really important. Okay. So input format: first line contains the information about the number present on the table. Second line contains n integers delimited by spaces. Okay, and the output format: print the name of the player who will win the game in the uppercase. Great, Aman or Jasbir. The constraints seems decently high. A player cannot replace more than one number in one move. These are the rules. Player move alternative: first Aman, then Jasbir, then Aman, then Jasbir. Okay. A number cannot be replaced itself. That is 6 cannot be replaced with only 1, 2, 3. It cannot be replaced with 6 itself. Okay. Aman will always make the first move. It's predefined, right? And since this is our input, let's say there is only one turn. Okay. Okay. Before we read this, I'll just give you an example that I wanted to share. Suppose we have two numbers, right? 2 and 3. These are the numbers we have, and Aman moves first. So what does Aman does? Aman replaces 2 with its divisor, and 2 has only one divisor, right? So Aman turns 2 to 1, right? So this happens in Aman turns. Okay. Now what about Jasbir? When Jasbir turns come, he can only do one thing. He cannot change 1, but he can change 3, right? So he changes 3 to what? He can only change 3 to 1. So this happens after Jasbir's turns. Okay. Now after this, what? After this turn comes the turns of Aman, right? But Aman, both the numbers are Aman. Oh, sorry, both the numbers are 1, right? Now Aman can't make any move. So the victory goes to Jasbir. Okay. Now you might be thinking that Jasbir has won very pretty easily, but that won't be the case because this was one of the thousand examples in which Jasbir wins, right? and in the rest of the 999 he loses. I'll show you why. So we have these three test cases. So example for this sample input one. In sample input one, we have only one number, and that is 6. Okay, and the winner is Aman. So there is only one number placed on the table. Do Aman will replace it with 1, right? The number is only 6. Aman replaces 6 with 1. Jasbir will play next, as there is only one a number left on the table. It cannot be replaced with any other number, so he is not able to make any move and he loses the game. Done. So that is how Aman wins the game. Great. Now we have two numbers. Okay, we have 18 and 6. Okay. Now what? There are two numbers present in the table. Since every move is the optimal move, I have already told you that they make the best move, right? They make the move that will ensure their victory. So Aman will replace 18 with 6. Now 6 will be left on the table. Now whatever move Jasbir will make, Aman will make the same move. Now Aman will just copy Jasbir. Why? Because both the numbers are same, right? Both the numbers are 6 6, and since Jasbir makes a move on 6 6, Aman will just copy it. And no matter what Jasbir make, no matter what Jasbir does, Jasbir can Jasbir can turn this 6 to 3, right? If Jasbir turns this 6 to 3, then Aman also turns this 6 to 3. If Jasbir turns this 3 to 1, then Aman also turns this 3 to 1. And after that, again comes back the turn of Jasbir, and Jasbir can't do anything, so Aman will win. Okay, what if Aman has, sorry, what if Jasbir had done something else? Jasbir can, the other thing that Jasbir can do is turn the 6 to 2, then Aman would have done the same thing, right? What about what other else? So if Jasbir could have, Jasbir after that, Jasbir would have turned this 2 to 1, and Aman would have done the same thing. Now again Jasbir loses. So no matter what Jasbir does, it doesn't matter, because who is deciding the flow of game? It is Aman. Okay, but okay, so I think I've already showed you how he wins. Okay, now what about the third case? Now comes the explanation of third case, right? In this, Jasbir wins. How? In this case, game is already symmetric. All the numbers are, all the numbers are duplicate. Aman has to make the first move, right? So whatever move Aman will make, Jasbir will just repeat the same, right? The thing that Aman did in the previous game, Jasbir will do in this game, right? And so whatever move Aman makes, Jasbir will do the same, and in this way, Jasbir will win the game. Okay, so they were pretty nice, and they showed you all the outcomes like this. The number is 25, 45, 25, 24. Okay, so if Aman turns 25 to 1, then Jasbir does the same thing and he turns this 24 to 1. If Aman turns 45 to 1, then Jasbir does the same thing and he turns the other 45 to 1, and this is how Jasbir wins the game. No matter what Aman does, Jasbir just copies him, right? So now Aman will not be able to make, because in the end, after Jasbir turns, all the number will be 1 and Aman won't be able to make any move, so Jasbir will win. It is easy to see that just by mimicking Aman's move, Jasbir will win. Okay, so I know this question will seem actually a little bit confusing. You might be thinking that I think we have to use DP, so that we have to calculate all the, all the choices that we have, all the possible outcomes that we can have, right? You might be thinking of one of those cases, but don't worry, you don't have to do that, because this question is not of that level, right? But now the trap. What is the trap? If you start thinking when will Aman win, then you have fallen into their trap. You don't need to think when will Aman win, because in 99.9% cases, Aman will win. Why? Because both Aman and Jasbir are equally smart, right? Both Aman and Jasbir, both of them are equally smart. But Aman makes the first move. Aman has this unfair advantage. Aman decides the flow of the game, right? So that is why Aman will always make, or most of the time win. But Jasbir can win. We have seen that Jasbir can win. So we only need to find out those possible cases when this Jasbir fellow wins. Okay, when this Jasbir wins. Now, when will Jasbir win? We have to just find out all these possibilities, right? And now we'll start thinking logically. When will Jasbir wins? We have actually seen one of the example, that is the brilliant example, which shows that if copies Aman every move, if uh, Jasbir mimics, what? If Jasbir mimics Aman perfectly, right? He copies his every move, not one, two, but every single move. Then he can win, right? This is one of the cases when Jasbir wins. But for this to happen, what are the conditions? For this to happen, every number must have a duplicate, right? Because if this condition isn't true, then Jasbir cannot mimic Aman perfectly, right? because if Aman is doing something, then Jasbir needs to do the same thing on some other number, and that is why every number must have a duplicate. Only then Jasbir can mimic Aman perfectly. There is one another case when Jasbir wins. When? When can Jasbir win? Jasbir can only win when. Now, firstly, let me tell you one thing. Okay, I'll tell you that later. Uh, Jasbir can win if all the numbers are prime and total number are even. Why am I saying this? Jasbir can only win if the numbers are prime and the total number are even. Because that is the beauty of prime number. Prime number have only one divisor other than themselves, right? Prime number have only one divisor other than themselves, and that is one, right? Take any example, 3 and 7. Okay, 3 and 7, you take this example. Okay, so first comes Aman turn. What does Aman does? Aman can only do one thing. The movements of Aman have so many restrictions. Aman can only turn one number, right? So Aman turns 3 to 1, and then Jasbir turns 7 to 1. Now comes back. Now we come back to Aman's turn. Aman sees that both the number are 1 and he loses. Okay, this was my first condition when I said that all the numbers should be prime. Why they should be prime exactly? Because prime number, if the number is prime, then Aman cannot turn that number to anything else. He has to turn that number back to only one. Okay. Now, what is the other condition? What is the other condition? I said that the total number should be even. Why? Why? Because suppose there are three prime numbers. Okay, 3, 7, 11. So first comes Aman turn, right? What does Aman done? Aman can only do one thing. He can just choose any of these numbers and he just converts them to their divisor. That is one. Okay, so he chooses 3. So he does this 1, 7, and 11. Okay. Now comes Jasbir turns. What does Jasbir does? Sorry. What does Jasbir does? He can also do the same thing. He can only turn a number to a prime back. Okay. So he does 1, 7, and 1. Okay. He turns 11 to 1. Now comes the turn of Aman. Okay. 1, and he turns 7 to 1, and all the numbers are 1 now. Now comes the turn of Jasbir. Now he can't make any move, right? So that is how Aman loses. Sorry, that is how Jasbir loses. So Aman can Jasbir can only win if the numbers are even, right? Because if the numbers are odd, then the one turn that is extra, right? The one turn that is extra, that will be provided to Aman, and that one turn will act as a deciding factor of the game, and it will basically lead us to the victory of Aman. So that is why I have written these two conditions, that Jasbir can win if all the numbers are prime and total numbers are even. Okay, why? Because if the number are odd, then this will give an advantage to Aman. Why? Because he is the first one who is making a move. And the other condition that I've written is Jasbir mimics Aman perfectly. So every number must have a duplicate, and if every number has a duplicate, then the total count of number will be even, right? Because every number has a duplicate. So the first condition for the victory of Jasbir is number should be even. Okay, and if this is the condition, I'll just remove the other conditions. Okay, if the number should be even, only then we'll look further into the case for other conditions. Otherwise, Aman will definitely win if the numbers are odd. Okay, now, I'll give you another example, another beautiful example, that you might be wondering why I'm saying only prime, right? So I'll take what? I'll take two numbers. I'll take 2 and I'll take 4. Okay, this. Now, why am I saying that number should be prime? Why I'm saying that can only, the path that which he's moving, I'm restricting it. The number of choices that he can make, I'm restricting that. Why am I doing that? By using prime numbers? Because suppose right now 4 is a composite number, right? 4, you can turn 4 to two things. You can turn either it to 1 or 2. Okay. Now, if all the numbers are not prime, then Aman Aman makes the best decision, right? Aman is really, really smart. Jasbir is also, but Aman turns the first move. So what Aman does is, Aman knows that if he by mistakes does this, if he by mistakes turn 2 to 1, and that now this is the number at 1 4, then he knows that Jasbir will definitely turn this 1 1, and Aman will lose. So Aman is really smart. What does Aman does? He does this. He makes 4 to 2. Okay. Now what? Jasbir can only do one thing. Jasbir turns 2 to 1, and Aman does now this 2 to 1, and Jasbir loses, right? So if the total number are, let's say the total number are 6, right? uh, what I'm trying to implicate is that if the total number are 6, then the total number of moves that they can make should be equal to 6. Only then Jasbir can win. Firstly, the number should be prime, right? Firstly, the number should be even, sorry. Forget that there is a number prime. Prime is a different condition which I have incorporated after looking at this condition. Suppose there are 6 numbers. The total number that have been provided to us are 6. So then in total, all the divisors they should be only equal to 6. Why? Because if there are only 6 turns, it means that we have 6 numbers and the total number of divisor they have is 6. It means that he can only turn each number to only one, right? Because each number has only one divisor, and that is only possible when all the numbers are prime. Okay. Now if he can only turn, now he does not have any option. If the number is let's say 17, he can't do anything. He have to just turn this number to 1. Aman does not have any choice, right? So only when these conditions are fulfilled, only then Jasbir can win. Otherwise, let's say you take any set of number, like you have any set of number, and it let's say there are let's say what 10,000, 10 lakh. All right, we have 10 lakh different possibilities in that, right? We have taken a set of number and we have 10,000 different possibilities. And if in all of those possibilities, if there is even a single possibility, if Aman can win, then Aman will win. Why? Because Aman is making the first move. Aman is deciding the flow of game. Aman has the deciding factor in his hand. Jasbir can only follow Aman. Both of them are equally smart. If Jasbir was more smart than Aman, then the things would have been different. But Aman and Jasbir both are smart. Both are the best. Both are the son of Einstein, right? So that is why if there is even a single possibility that Aman can win, Aman will win. Okay, that is why we have just narrowed out the possibilities. When can Jasbir win? And now I'll just write the code for that. I hope by now you have understood what I'm trying to do is, right? Jasbir can only win if the total number are even. Oh, by the way, I forgot just one thing. If the number is like this, 1 and 3, I'm fulfilling all the conditions, right? That number are total number are even. The total number are even. There are total 2 numbers, right? And all the numbers are prime, right? 1 and 3. But Jasbir will lose. Why? Because this one, you can't do anything for this one. One will basically act as a a breaker for us. So what I'm going to do is I'll take my input and I just remove all the ones from that, because the ones they don't do anything. You suppose, sorry, just give me a sec, right? So if you have even a, I don't care how many ones you have, it doesn't even matter. Why? Because you can't do anything to one. uh, if there are one, it doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is, if this is my list, I'll just simply one thing, I'll turn this list, uh, I'll just remove all the ones from this, and after that I'll have 3. So but now the number are on the total number is odd, so Aman will win. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'll firstly remove all the ones, and after that I'll check all of these conditions. Okay, I hope now you have got it. But now let's move on to the interesting part, that is the coding part. I hope you are understanding what I'm trying to say, right? And if you have any questions, feel free to answer them in the comment section. And this number game question, I think it was asked in CodeVita previous years, right? I think it was, because someone has also asked me this question in the comment section. And I think most of you have asked me many questions in the comment section, and thank you for that. Someone asked me prime phase, someone asked me some subset problem. I don't know. Don't worry, we are working on it and we'll solve all of them. So just keep your patience, because we also have some other questions in mind, because code video is coming like really soon, and we want you actually to focus on more those questions which have more chances of coming, right? So keep your patience, and we are trying our best to solve all of these. So the number game, that the reason why I've chose this question was actually because this the implementation of this number, it actually teaches you a lot how to approach these sort of questions. Okay, so that is why I chose this question. Now by the way, one more thing, many people have this thing of XOR. You might have only already seen this solution manywhere, XOR, right? So this solution, it's completely wrong. Why? Because suppose you have an example of 2, 5 and 7, right? If you take XOR of 2, 5 and 7, I'll just give it to you, then it will actually give you what? It will give you 0, and their condition is, if the number is 0, then Jasbir wins. But this is not true. Why? Because if the numbers are 2, 5 and 7, then Aman will win. Why? Because Aman will turn 2 to 1, and after that Jasbir will make 5 to 1, and after that Aman will make again 7 to 1, and after that Jasbir will lose, right? So that XOR approach that you have seen, it's incorrect. So don't rely on it. Okay. What they basically are doing, they're basically just turning, they're taking all the numbers of the list and they are just XOR, they are applying this XOR operation on all of them, and I feel that that is incorrect. Okay, so now I'll move on to coding part and just give me a few seconds. Why? Because I need to see the input format. Okay. This number game problem, it's I actually liked it a lot. I love thinking about this. Okay, so the first is the total number of turns we have, right? Total number of turns or total number of number, whatever you want to say. I just say it's turns. I'll take my input, sorry, and after that we have the numbers we have, right? So I'll just take it in nums. I'll mark it as a list, map it into int, delimited by space, so dot split. Okay. Now I already told you that what I'm going to do is I'll basically remove all those all ones. So how do I do that? It's very simple. For I in nums, if I is not equal to 1, then append them into this new list that I've created. If you have some other approach, you can do that also. Yes, you can do actually. You can just search the occurrence of 1 and you can just remove them one by one again. Okay, there are many approaches. I'm just using the simplest one because I'm trying to avoid this complexity, complicacy. Okay. Now I've removed the 1. Now what? I'm checking this number should be even. Okay, so now I'm checking if the number this I just actually, you know what, I'll just copy this. I'll just copy, sorry, I just mean to check if the number is even or not. Okay, so how do we do that? I'll actually just, uh, I'll store the length. This turns, now it means nothing to me. Okay, so I'm just, replacing it with another value. What is that value? The length of num. Okay, so now I have new turns. Okay, now if what? If my turns modulo 2 is not equal to 0, which means if it is odd, then I don't even go further. I print Aman. Okay. And else, if this is not the case, which means if the total numbers are odd, then I'll look for the further conditions. So firstly, let's look for this. If Jasbir can win, if all the numbers are prime, right? So I'm just going to check through the list, and if I encounter even a single number that is not prime, I'll just break my loop. Okay. So uh, I'll use two flags. Why? One, if I have these two conditions, and if any of these two condition gives me true, if any of these two conditions are true, that means that Jasbir can win. Okay, so flag one denotes if all the numbers are prime, and flag two denotes if all the numbers if duplicates are present. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do is I'll just mark all of them as false. Okay, basically these number denotes flag one denotes the prime, and flag two denotes the what uh, the duplicate number, and after that I'll just OR them. I'll just take OR of both of them and I'll get my answer. Okay, so now I'll just move on to I'll just move on to checking if the numbers are prime, right? If the numbers are prime or not. So how do we do that? Very simple. For n in num, I iterate to all of these numbers. Okay, start your I from 2. Okay, and after that how do we do that? I'm not doing anything like C of Erasmus or something else, because I'm not going all the way to, I'm not checking for each and every number. If there's a possibility even a single number is composite, then I'll break. I'll not do even a further more check, because if there is even a single number is composite, then it gives Aman a freedom. It gives Aman a freedom of one more step, and that one step will basically be the reason why Jasbir loses. So if even a single number is composite, then I'll just accept my defeat. Okay, this indentation in Python, it sometimes really sucks. If n modulus I is equal to 0, okay, if n modulus I, then I'll just do one thing. I'll turn my flag 1 equals to true, which means flag 1, if the flag 1 is true, then it means only one thing. But it means only one thing, which states that no, all the numbers are not prime. And I just break if my flag 1, then I'll just break. Okay, why is there an error? All right, I'm so sorry. This it was causing because of this reason, right? This unit error. Sometimes it can be actually really irritating, this indentation things. Okay, so now I've checked if if all the numbers are prime or not. and now I just have to check if every number is is a duplicate or not. Okay, so how do I do that? I personally prefer using a dictionary for that. I love dictionaries. Okay, so I'll just create a dictionary D, and after that I'll just iterate for each number for I in num. Okay, so if that number is already present in the D, by the way, by duplicate, what I mean is that every number, the occurrence of the frequency of every number should be even, right? It should not be odd. That is what I mean. Okay, so otherwise, I'll just mark di to 1. Okay, now with this, I have my dictionary done. Now what I'll do is I'll iterate my dictionary, and I'll just check if there is any number. If there is, sorry, if there is any number whose 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 frequency is odd, then don't do anything. Make your flag to also to true, make it also true, and just break out of the loop. Okay, and after that I'll just come to this part. I'll check if both flag 1 and flag 2, if both of these conditions are true, right? If both flag 1 and flag 2 are true, then it only means one thing, that Aman has won. Otherwise, if even a single one of them is false, right, if even a single one of them is false, then what I'll do is I'll simply actually I'll be very happy when Jasbir wins. So Jasbir will win. Okay, right. I think I'm done with my code. I'll try to now execute this. What are my text cases? 162816. Okay, now let's try to execute our code. Okay, 1 and 6. Aman wins. Great. What about this? Sorry. Uh, what about the second test case? 2, 16, and okay, okay. I think I've made some sort of error here. Uh, turns list this. Okay, okay. Sorry, sorry. I got it. 2, 18, and 6, right? I'll just run this code again. They are delimited by space. I made a mistake. 2, 6, and 18. Again, Aman wins. Okay, now the third test case where Jasbir is supposed to win. 45, 45, 24, 24. Okay, so the last test case. Okay, we have four inputs: 25, 14, 14. Sorry, and 25. Jasbir wins. Great. Our code works perfectly, and this was my approach for this number game problem. It was a previously asked Kuruta question, or previous year Kuruta question, and I hope you enjoyed our solution for this number game problem. And by the way, we upload a video daily, so stay tuned, stay updated. By the way, so just subscribe to our channel. Okay, and thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comment section. Okay, thank you.